Jessica Sanchez has done it. Against all odds, after nearly 2 decades of persistence, heartbreak, and relentless artistry, the young girl who once dreamed of stardom has become the woman who just won America's Got Talent Season 20. It is a story not only of talent, but of resilience, of a career that began before she was even a teenager, one that saw her rise to fame, fall into silence, and then return stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. To truly understand the significance of Jessica Sanchez's victory, we need to rewind the clock all the way back to 2006. A 10-year-old Jessica, wide-eyed and fearless, walked onto the stage of the very first season of America's Got Talent. She was just a child with an oversized voice, singing with the raw, unpolished confidence of someone who didn't yet know what failure felt like. But reality TV is ruthless. She didn't make it far. Eliminated before the finals, her big dream cut short before it could bloom. For most kids, that would have been the end. But Jessica was not most kids. That sting of rejection planted a fire in her that would burn for years to come. Fast forward to 2012. Jessica was 16 years old, no longer a child, but not yet an adult, when she auditioned for American Idol Season 11. From the very first note she sang, audiences knew she was something special. Her voice, powerful, controlled, and seasoned beyond her years, stunned judges and viewers alike. Week after week, she delivered performances that seemed impossible for someone so young. She made it all the way to the finale, and though she ultimately finished as the runner-up, losing to Phillips, her name was cemented in pop culture. People compared her to Whitney Houston, to Celine Dion. She became the girl who should have won. But the music industry isn't always kind to Idol alums. After the camera stopped rolling and the lights dimmed, Jessica faced the harsh reality of an industry that moves on quickly. She released singles, collaborated with artists, even sang for President Obama and performed at boxing matches for Manny Pacquiao. But the massive career many expected for her never quite materialized. There were moments of promise, flashes of the spotlight, but never the breakthrough she deserved. And for Jessica, that was devastating. The world had labeled her a prodigy, but prodigies don't always get happy endings. Years passed and Jessica Sanchez became a name people remembered, but didn't always keep up with. The pressure of fame at such a young age weighed heavily on her. In interviews, she admitted to struggling with her identity, questioning her place in the industry, and sometimes even wondering if she should step away altogether. For many, this would have been the quiet fade-out, but Jessica had unfinished business. Now we arrive in 2025. Jessica Sanchez is 29 years old, living in Texas with her husband, Ricky Gallardo, when the unthinkable happens. She decides to audition once again for America's Got Talent, the very stage where it all began 19 years earlier. But there was a twist. Jessica was pregnant, not just newly pregnant, but 9 months along. She would be performing while carrying her child, a challenge that tested her physically and emotionally in ways that most singers could never imagine. When Jessica walked onto that AGT stage for her audition, it was more than just a performance. It was a reclamation of everything she had fought for. She chose Benson Boone's Beautiful Things, a modern ballad full of vulnerability and strength. And from the moment her voice filled the theater, the judges knew they were witnessing something extraordinary. Sofia Vergara was so moved that she slammed the golden buzzer, sending Jessica straight through to the live shows. The crowd erupted, and in that instant, it was clear that Jessica was no longer chasing validation. She was claiming her destiny. As the weeks went on, Jessica's performances became the heart of Season 20. In the quarterfinals, she sang Ordinary by Alex Warren, her voice weaving emotion and control in perfect harmony. In the semifinals, she took on Golden Hour by JVKE, a song known for its delicate, almost ethereal quality, which she transformed into a powerhouse ballad. Each week, she stood on stage with her baby bump visible, defying the exhaustion, the physical strain, and the weight of expectation. Her courage made her more than just a contestant. She became a symbol of resilience for mothers, for dreamers, for anyone who had ever been told their time had passed. The final was nothing short of breathtaking. Jessica chose Die with a Smile, the dramatic duet by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, a song full of longing, passion, and emotional depth. Her voice soared, rich and flawless, but it was her delivery that shook the audience to their core. You could hear her entire life story in those notes. The little girl eliminated too soon, the teenager who came so close to winning, the young woman lost in the industry, the soon-to-be mother reclaiming her power. When she finished, the judges leapt to their feet. Sofia Vergara told her she looked like a pregnant angel. Simon Cowell, never one to give empty praise, told her she had given an extra 10%. Even Howie Mandel, often the most skeptical, declared her the best act of the night. Then came the results. Standing under the bright lights, Jessica Sanchez faced freestyle rapper Chris Turner, the crowd buzzing with anticipation. Terry Crews paused for dramatic effect before announcing the winner, Jessica Sanchez. Her face crumbled into shock. Tears streamed down as the audience roared. After 19 years, Jessica Sanchez had finally conquered America's Got Talent. Her victory carried even more weight when she shared a private moment backstage with Simon Cowell. He told her quietly and sincerely, "If you ever need anything, I'm here for you." For a man who had built his reputation on harsh critiques, those words meant everything. To Jessica, it wasn't just validation, it was closure. But with victory comes controversy. The $1 million prize, which sounds life-changing, isn't always what it seems. Winners typically receive it as an annuity over 40 years. That's just $25,000 a year before taxes, or a lump sum that amounts to less than the half of the promised figure. Fans erupted online, questioning whether these talent shows truly deliver on their promises. Some accused the show of using Jessica's pregnancy story to sway votes, while others argued that Chris Turner, with his originality and freestyle skill, had been robbed. Social media exploded with debates, hashtags, and heated arguments. Yet, through all the noise, the truth remained. Jessica Sanchez had made history. She was the first contestant in AGT's 20-year history to audition as a child, return as an adult, and win. She was the first solo female winner since Darcy Lynn in 2017, and she may be the only winner to ever perform a finale while just weeks away from giving birth. What does this victory mean for Jessica's future? For one, motherhood is now her next chapter. She and Ricky plan to name their baby Eliana, and she's preparing to settle into life as both a mother and a performer. She's hinted at new music inspired by this journey, and with the platform AGT has given her, it seems the world is finally ready to listen again. For her fans, Jessica Sanchez's win isn't just a victory on a TV show. It's a redemption story 19 years in the making. It's proof that dreams deferred are not dreams denied. And it's a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful things in life happen when you refuse to give up, even when the world has counted you out. Jessica Sanchez has walked a long, winding road. She has been the child prodigy, the runner-up, the forgotten star, and now the champion. And through it all, she never stopped singing. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.